Hi guys! Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the escalating drama surrounding Luna, the newly revealed granddaughter of the infamous Sheila Carter. As tensions boil over in a storyline filled with danger, family ties, and moral dilemmas, this saga is taking a dark turn as Luna's obsession with forming a bond with her father, Finn, has led her down a treacherous path eerily reminiscent of Sheila's own destructive history. With new twists, hidden motives, and the looming threat of violence, this article dives deep into the intricate web of relationships and the potential consequences of Luna's actions. Buckle up as we explore every facet of this gripping narrative, from Luna's dangerous resolve to Sheila's unexpected stance, and the ripple effects on Steffi, Finn, and the Forrester family. Luna's uncanny resemblance to Sheila Carter isn't just in her piercing gaze or determined demeanors in the way she views obstacles as disposable. Much like her grandmother in years past, Luna has zeroed in on Steffi as the sole barrier preventing her from building a connection with Finn, her recently discovered father. But this isn't a simple family feud. It's a brewing storm with potentially lethal consequences. Luna's fixation has grown into a dangerous obsession, fueled by a sense of entitlement and a refusal to accept boundaries. Sources close to the situation reveal that Luna spends her days plotting ways to ingratiate herself into Finn's life, even if it means resorting to drastic measures. Her once innocent desire for familial connection has morphed into a sinister game of control, leaving those around her on edge. Could Luna's actions mirror the chaos Sheila unleashed when she shot Steffi and Finn years ago? Or is there a chance for redemption before tragedy strikes? In a surprising twist, Sheila herself emerges as an unlikely voice of reason in this tangled mess. When Luna confides in her grandmother about her intentions, admitting that she sees Steffi as an enemy who must be dealt with, Sheila's reaction is anything but supportive. Drawing from her own turbulent past, Sheila sternly advises Luna to let go of her vendetta, warning her that Finn and Steffi have made their stance clear they want no part of Luna in their tightly knit family. Walk away before you destroy everything, Sheila urges, her voice laced with a rare hint of regret. She even goes as far as to reprimand Luna for speaking ill of Steffi, a stark departure from the Sheila of old who would have reveled in such schemes. This confrontation reveals a complex layer to Sheila's character, suggesting that perhaps her own experiences with loss and violence have taught her lessons she doesn't want Luna to learn the hard way. Yet, despite this cautionary exchange, Luna's resolve only hardens. Disillusioned by Sheila's refusal to back her, she storms off, her mind racing with darker plans. Whispers around town suggest Luna was later spotted at a shady pawn shop, allegedly purchasing a firearm under the table. The chilling question remains, will Luna act on her impulses? And if she does, who will be caught in the crossfire? Meanwhile, Steffi isn't sitting idly by as Luna's intentions become increasingly apparent. At a tense family meeting at Forrester Creations, she voices her growing concerns to Hope and Ridge, painting a vivid picture of Luna's relentless determination to insert herself into Finn's life. Steffi describes Luna as a storm waiting to break, her words heavy with worrying as she recounts unsettling encounters where Luna blatantly disregarded personal boundaries. Steffi's intuition tells her that Luna sees her as the sole impediment to her goals, a perception that could spell disaster. To add depth to this conflict, it's worth noting that Steffi has been grappling with her own emotions, balancing her protective instincts as a wife and mother with the lingering trauma of Sheila's past attacks. Her warnings to Hope and Ridge aren't just about safeguarding herself. They're about preserving the fragile peace her family has fought so hard to achieve. Hope, while sympathetic, wonders if there's a way to reach Luna before things spiral further, while Ridge's expression hardens with memories of Sheila's reign of terror. He recalls the countless times his loved ones were endangered by someone with a similar unyielding mindset, and a steely resolve settles in won't let history repeat itself. Ridge's protective instincts kick into high gear as he takes matters into his own hands, heading to the cliff house to issue a dire warning to Finn. Under the golden glow of the late afternoon sun, with the ocean waves crashing ominously in the background, Ridge lays out the gravity of the situation. Luna's hunting for Steffi, and she's not going to stop until she gets what she wants, he cautions, his voice a mix of frustration and fear. He implores Finn to stand as a united front with Steffi to shield their family from the chaos Luna seems determined to unleash. But Finn's response is layered with conflict. Torn between his innate compassion for perhaps a lingering softness from dealing with Sheila's manipulations over the years and his duty to protect his wife, Finn's hesitation speaks volumes. Insiders speculate that Finn might be wrestling with guilt over rejecting Luna, wondering if there's a way to acknowledge her without upending his life. This internal struggle raises a critical question. Will Finn muster the strength to fully support Steffi, or will his indecisiveness once again pave the way for danger? Much like it did in his past dealings with Sheila, Luna's behavior since her release from prison only adds fuel to the fire. Despite being pardoned for a murder charge under murky circumstances, she has shown little remorse or willingness to change. Instead, she has barreled through people's lives with a sense of entitlement, demanding acceptance and respect without earning it. Her interactions are marked by a blatant disregard for the pain she's caused, and her refusal to heed warnings paints her as a loose cannon. Local gossip suggests that Luna has been seen lurking near the Cliff House, her presence an unspoken threat that keeps Steffi on constant alert. This blatant disrespect for boundaries echoes Sheila's own tactics, a chilling reminder of the apple not falling far from the tree. Yet, there's a tragic undertone to Luna's actions and believe her desperation stems from a deep-seated loneliness and a yearning for belonging that she's never known. Could there be a sliver of hope for intervention? Or has Luna already crossed into territory from which there's no return? As this drama unfolds, the stakes couldn't be higher for everyone involved. Luna's acquisition of a weapon marks a terrifying escalation, casting a shadow of dread over the Forrester and Logan families. Will she find the opportunity to use it? And if so, will her aim be true? Or will innocent bystanders pay the price for her recklessness? Sheila's unexpected role as a deterrent adds a fascinating dynamic as she truly turned over a new leaf. Or is this merely a temporary lapse in her own chaotic nature? Meanwhile, Steffi and Finn's marriage faces a crucible of trust and resolve as they navigate Luna's threats and Finn's wavering loyalties. Ridge and Hope, too, are drawn into the fray, each grappling with how to protect their loved ones while avoiding another catastrophic clash reminiscent of Sheila's darkest days. This storyline is a powder keg of emotion, betrayal, and suspense, promising to keep viewers on the edge of their seats as we await the next explosive chapter. Stay tuned to Be Spoilers channel for more updates on this riveting saga. And share your thoughts. Do you think Luna will follow through? Or can she be stopped before it's too late? Next, we will learn about the sizzling speculation that has set the internet ablaze regarding Daphne Rose's potential return to Los Angeles, and with a shocking twist that could turn Carter Walton's world upside down. Fans have been buzzing non-stop about the possibility of Daphne reappearing with a baby bump, a theory that's gained traction with every passing episode and cryptic clue dropped by the show. This article will take you on a deep dive into the juicy rumors, the subtle hints woven into recent scenes, and the dramatic possibilities that could unfold if these fan predictions come true. With fresh details, inventive scenarios, and a closer look at the emotional stakes for all involved, we're unpacking every layer of this explosive storyline that promises to keep viewers glued to their screens. The wildfire of speculation started with a single, heart-wrenching moment that left fans reeling. Picture this: Carter Walton shattered after overhearing Hope Logan confess her lingering feelings for Liam Spencer, found himself drowning in heartbreak at his loft. Enter Daphne Rose, a comforting presence with a compassionate heart, who didn't just offer a shoulder to cry on but promised unwavering support with the poignant words, "I'm here for you." Through thick and thin, their intense conversation, charged with raw emotion, was followed by the classic soap opera Fade to Black, a cinematic choice that has ignited endless debate. What transpired in those unseen moments? Social media platforms are alight with theories, with many fans convinced that the chemistry between Carter and Daphne boiled over into a passionate encounter. This wasn't just a friendly chat. The air was thick with unspoken longing, and Carter's vulnerability could have easily paved the way for something more intimate. Adding fuel to the fire, some eagle-eyed viewers have pointed out subtle body language cues during that scene. Daphne's lingering touch on Carter's arm, The way their gazes locked just a moment too long, suggesting that the night might have taken a steamy turn. While the show didn't explicitly confirm any physical connection between Carter and Daphne, the absence of concrete evidence hasn't deterred the fanbase from connecting the dots. After all, this is the world of daytime drama, where a fade to black during a vulnerable exchange rarely means a platonic game of chess. One ardent supporter tweeted with conviction, "There's no way Carter and Daphne didn't cross that line after the cameras cut away. His heartbreak and her kindness were a perfect storm." This theory gains even more weight considering Carter's state of mind at the time. Reeling from betrayal, he was a man in desperate need of solace, and Daphne's genuine concern might have been the catalyst for an impulsive decision. Beyond the emotional context, fans have also unearthed past interviews with the show's writers hinting at unexpected pairings this season, which only adds to the belief that a secret hookup could be the hidden gem of this storyline. The speculation intensified after Daphne's departure episode aired on May 23rd, where her bittersweet farewell to Carter carried an undercurrent of unfinished business. Her warning about Hope breaking his heart again seemed laced with personal stakes, as if she knew something the audience didn't. Then came the airplane scene, a seemingly mundane moment that has become the linchpin of this baby bump theory. After bidding Carter goodbye, Daphne was shown aboard a flight to France, lost in thought as she gazed out the window, the camera lingering on her pensive expression far longer than necessary. Why dedicate precious screen time to such a quiet, solitary moment? Fans argue it's textbook foreshadowing, a deliberate choice by the directors to plant seeds of a larger revelation. One viewer passionately posted online, "That shot of Daphne on the plane, staring into space while clearly thinking of Carter. Wasn't random's neon sign something big is coming?" Rumors swirling in fan forums suggest this could have been the exact moment Daphne realized she might be carrying Carter's child, her contemplative silence masking a life-changing epiphany. The scene's melancholic tone, paired with a soft, haunting soundtrack, only heightened the sense of an impending bombshell. Could this subtle cinematic choice be the show's way of hinting at a pregnancy that will rock Los Angeles upon her return? The clues don't stop there. Carter's recent dialogue has only poured gasoline on the raging fire of speculation. In multiple episodes, he's been vocal about his deep yearning for a family, expressing a longing to settle down, have children, and create a lasting legacy. These heartfelt confessions, delivered with a mix of hope and quiet desperation, feel far too pointed to be mere coincidence. Fans are quick to highlight this pattern, with one commenter noting, "Carter keeps talking about fatherhood and commitment. There's no way the writers aren't setting up Daphne's return with a baby in tow," adding a creative twist. Some speculate that Carter's dreams of parenthood might be rooted in a subconscious memory of his night with Daphne, a buried hope that could surface with seismic consequences. There's also buzz about a cryptic social media post from the actress playing Daphne, featuring a photo of a baby rattle with the caption "Secrets." Secrets, which has sent the fandom into a frenzy over whether it's a playful tease or a genuine spoiler. The most tantalizing theory of all envisions Daphne's comeback at the most dramatic juncture imaginable: Carter and Hope's wedding day. Imagine the scene. Hope, radiant in a flowing white gown, stands at the altar, her eyes locked with Carter's as they prepare to exchange vows. The church is filled with friends and family, the air humming with anticipation, when suddenly the doors swing open with a dramatic thud. There stands Daphne, her silhouette framed by sunlight, a noticeable baby bump impossible to ignore as gasps echo through the room. Fan fiction circulating online paints vivid pictures of this moment, with one user predicting, "Daphne will crash the wedding with proof of Carter's child," turning Hope's dream day into a nightmare. This scenario isn't just wishful thinking. It aligns perfectly with the show's penchant for wedding day disruptions, a trope that has defined countless iconic episodes. To enrich this possibility, imagine the emotional Phalanthope's shock morphing into betrayal, Carter's world crumbling as he grapples with the consequences of a night he may not even fully remember, and Daphne's quiet strength as she demands her place in his life for the sake of their unborn child. As this theory continues to dominate conversations, the potential ramifications for Carter, Hope, and Daphne are endless. If Daphne does return pregnant, it would not only upend Carter's rekindled romance with Hope but also force him to confront questions of responsibility and desire. Will he embrace fatherhood with Daphne, or will his heart remain torn? Meanwhile, Hope, already navigating a complex web of emotions with Liam in the background, could face her own crossroads. Does she fight for Carter or step aside for the sake of the child? And what if Daphne will her return be driven by love, duty, or a need for closure? Some fans even speculate that this twist could introduce new characters, like Daphne's protective brother in France, who might arrive to ensure Carter steps up. As the layers of this storyline unfold, one thing is certain: the B&B writers have a goldmine of drama at their fingertips. And if these fan theories hold true, we're in for a roller coaster of emotions. Next, we will learn about the dramatic exit of Daphne Rose from Los Angeles and the tantalizing possibility of her explosive return to the bold and the beautiful with a life-altering secret. While Daphne's departure marked a poignant chapter of unrequited love, whispers among fans and subtle hints in recent episodes suggest her story is far from over. This article delves into the emotional roller coaster of Daphne's time in LA, her heart-wrenching decision to leave, and the jaw-dropping speculation surrounding her potential comeback. With added layers of intrigue, creative embellishments, and a closer look at the personal stakes for Carter, Hope, and Daphne, we're exploring every angle of this captivating narrative that could shake the foundation of relationships in the Forrester world. Daphne's journey in Los Angeles began with a calculated mission orchestrated by none other than Steffi Forrester herself. Tasked with a critical role at Forrester Creations, the talented perfumer arrived with a clear objective: to drive a wedge between Carter Walton and Hope Logan, ultimately persuading Carter to relinquish his hold on the company. With her charm and strategic acumen, Daphne achieved her goal, dismantling Carter and Hope's romance with surgical precision. However, what she hadn't anticipated was the unexpected stirrings of her own heart. As she worked closely with Carter, observing his depth and resilience, Daphne found herself irresistibly drawn to the charismatic lawyer. Her initial professional detachment gave way to genuine affection, turning her assignment into a personal battle. Despite her subtle advanced late-night strategy sessions that lingered with unspoken tension and heartfelt conversations over coffee at the office, Carter's focus remained tethered to Hope. Convinced their love could be salvaged, Daphne's quiet hopes were repeatedly dashed, culminating in a crushing moment when she poured her soul out, only to face rejection as Carter's eyes stayed fixed on a future with Hope. Devastated by this final rebuff, especially after witnessing a vulnerable Carter crumble upon overhearing a tender exchange between Hope and Liam, Daphne made the painful choice to return to Paris, leaving behind a city filled with shattered dreams. Yet, even as Daphne boarded her flight out of LA, the seeds of a potential return were already being sown in the minds of fans and in the show's cryptic storytelling. Her departure wasn't just a quiet exit. It was marked by a poignant farewell scene at Carter's loft, where emotions ran high. That night, as she offered solace to a broken-hearted Carter reeling from Hope's apparent betrayal, the air crackled with possibility. Their shared vulnerability, Daphne's empathetic gaze meeting Carter's defeated slump on the cushion at a moment of weakness that could have crossed into intimate territory. Though the cameras didn't capture what unfolded, the lingering silence and meaningful glances as she left suggested a connection deeper than mere comfort. Adding a new dimension to this encounter, rumors from set insiders hint that Daphne left behind a small keepsake on Carter's coffee table, a delicate, handcrafted perfume vial engraved with her initials, perhaps a subconscious token of a night neither can fully forget. This unspoken chapter has fueled speculation that Daphne's time in LA may have left her with more than just memories, setting the stage for a dramatic reappearance that could upend lives. Fast forward to the present, where Carter and Hope have reignited their romance with renewed passion, taking bold steps toward a shared future. Their engagement has sparked joy among their inner circle, and preparations for a grand wedding are in full swing. Imagine the scene, a sunlit venue adorned with cascading roses, Hope radiant in a custom gown designed by Forrester's finest, and Carter, dashing as ever, awaiting her at the altar with a smile of pure devotion. But in true B&B fashion, no wedding escapes the shadow of chaos. Fan theories are swirling with the notion that Daphne could make a sensational return at the most inopportune moment, right as Carter and Hope exchange their vows. Picture the church doors creaking open mid-ceremony, a hush falling over the guests as Daphne steps forward, her silhouette revealing a prominent baby bump. The bombshell revelation that she's carrying Carter's child, conceived during that fateful night of solace, would send shockwaves through the gathering. To enrich this scenario, consider the whispered backstory among LA's elite that Daphne had been quietly monitoring Carter's life from Paris, wrestling with whether to disclose her pregnancy until the weight of responsibility and perhaps a longing for connection drove her back across the Atlantic. The implications of Daphne's alleged pregnancy extend far beyond a mere wedding interruption. They threaten to unravel the very fabric of Carter and Hope's relationship. If confirmed, this secret would shatter the trust Hope painstakingly rebuilt with Carter, leaving her to question every moment of their reconciliation. The pain of discovering that Carter shared such an intimate night with Daphne, even in a moment of weakness, could be a wound too deep to heal. Hope might grapple with conflicting emotions at the betrayal, sorrow for the future they envisioned, and even a flicker of empathy for Daphne's plight as an expectant mother. Meanwhile, Daphne's position in this tangled web is equally complex. Armed with the undeniable proof of Carter's child, she holds a powerful cardoni that could secure her a permanent place in his life. Fans speculate that Daphne might arrive not out of malice, but with a quiet determination to ensure her baby knows its father, bolstered by stories of her own childhood longing for familial bonds. Adding a fresh twist, consider the possibility that Daphne's family in Paris, a protective older sister with a knack for meddling, might accompany her, pushing Carter to make a swift decision about his role in the child's life. For Carter, the revelation of a child with Daphne would thrust him into an agonizing dilemma. His love for Hope is undeniable, a cornerstone of his dreams. Yet his oft-expressed desire for a familial longing woven into countless conversations about building a legacy now manifests in an unexpected form. Will he prioritize his commitment to Hope, fighting to salvage their relationship despite the breach of trust? Or will his sense of duty compel him to stand by Daphne and their unborn child? A new element to ponder is Carter's internal struggle with his past. Sources close to the character suggest he may recall a strained relationship with his own father, fueling a fierce resolve not to let history repeat itself with his offspring. This emotional crossroads could redefine Carter's path, forcing him to confront what true commitment means in the face of such life-altering news. As the speculation surrounding Daphne's return continues to captivate audiences, the potential fallout promises a storyline brimming with heartbreak, redemption, and impossible choices. Will Daphne's reappearance confirm the pregnancy rumors, turning Carter and Hope's fairytale wedding into a battlefield of secrets and regrets? Or could there be another twist, perhaps a misunderstanding that tests their bonds in unforeseen ways? The streets of Los Angeles are abuzz with whispers of Daphne spotted at a local cafe, her presence fueling hope and dread in equal measure among those who know her story. Stay tuned to B&B Spoilers channel for the latest developments on this enthralling plot, and share your predictions. Will Daphne drop the ultimate bombshell? Or is there more to her return than meets the eye?